Hi guys, it's Fentony. There's nothing better than waking up from a nap, checking Twitter, and you see new Game of Thrones Season 7 photos. We've got quite a lot to break down, so let's get into it. As usual, just be careful for spoilers. First up, Cersei on the Iron Throne with Jaime by her side. Jaime is still wearing his Lannister armour, so it's quite safe to assume that he's not part of the Queen's Guard, but he's still going to play a big part in defending his sister. It looks like they're meeting somebody. Perhaps the Iron Bank has come for its money, and Tycho Nestoris, and he's in King's Landing. But by the looks of their faces, they're not too impressed. Next up is the little bear, Lyanna Mormont, and look who's in the background. I think this is gonna be a good representation of Season 7 at Winterfell. Littlefinger is always gonna be there, pulling the strings. Perhaps it's Lyanna Mormont that tells him, "Oi, you, stop it, leave Sansa alone, get out." Of course, Littlefinger has the veil. Yeah, it's going to take a lot to get rid of Littlefinger. And there's all these theories that he's not going to make it. We've got to remember, Littlefinger is a survivor. And he's the whole reason, really, the war started in the first place. So don't count him out yet. It looks like Lyanna Mormont might give another one of her great speeches. I love this scene in the Season 6 finale, where she tells the other lords, "I know he's a bastard, but he is our king." Then we go to Davos. Davos is sitting on the main table at Winterfell. In the new promo that was released, he didn't have his cloak, but he's got his cloak in this one. It must be getting cold. Davos is going to be a big part of Jon's team and a very important advisor. And Jon is going to need Davos because there's going to be a lot of people whispering in Jon's ear telling him, do this, do that. And then we've got Maester in training, Samwell Tarly and Gilly. Sam's writing a letter, perhaps to Jon Snow. It looks like both of them are searching for something. Perhaps more knowledge on White Walkers, the Children of the Forest, or even Jorah's grayscale. Sam was underused in Season 6. He had great scenes, but there weren't many of them, so I'm really hoping we get more Sam. I take it this is in the Citadel, but it won't be the library because, Gilly shouldn't be allowed in there. But who knows, Sam might be quite friendly with the Archmaester, who is meant to be played by Jim Broadbent. And then we have Mira Reed, who is still pulling Bran Stark around. Bran looks like he's looking up, perhaps at the wall. It shouldn't take Bran and Mira long to get to the wall, really, because they were at the weirwood tree that was just, a mile away from the wall? Because that's the same one, isn't it, that Jon and Sam used to swear their vows back in Season 1. Now, this is a good one. Tormund and Brienne. Tormund is not giving up, is he? He fancies Brienne. A lot of the community is split. Jaime and Brienne, Tormund and Brienne. Both could happen, but I think Brienne has other stuff on her mind, such as protecting Sansa. This looks like it's taking place in Winterfell. Perhaps this is when Brienne comes back and Tormund is just waiting for her. He does look rather happy. I'd love to see maybe Brienne warm up to Tormund. Perhaps he saves her life. Who knows? We've got Sansa, who's looking very nice, and of course, Littlefinger. They're standing looking over the Winterfell courtyard, so I can imagine Jon Snow's down there, and Littlefinger's like, "Yeah, that could be you, Sansa. That should be you." Perhaps trying to get into Sansa's head, because he knows he's able to control her in the past. But she did tell him straight in Season 6, Episode 10. All Sansa needs to do is just push him over that balcony. I'm really happy about this one. We have the Hound in what looks like either the north or beyond the wall. At the end of Season 6, the Hound joined the Brotherhood, and their mission is to head north and fight in the Great War. Is the Hound wearing the same jacket that he was wearing in the Season 7 HBO promos? I know he's got a coat on over it, so perhaps this is after he's been to Winterfell? That's if he goes to Winterfell, but that's what I'm assuming. So I think it's more likely that this image is beyond the wall. Now this one has got me really thinking. This has to be Jon Snow in the crypts of Winterfell, looking at Lyanna Stark's statue. Is this after he finds out from Bran who he really is? Or is he just reflecting on his dead family? Jon is going to head south at one point in the season to meet Daenerys, so perhaps this is before that? I'm not too sure when Jon will find out who he is, if Bran will tell him straight away, but having Jon look at Lyanna Stark's statue and reflect on all that's happened is going to be a big scene. Now this is an interesting one. We've got Arya in new Season 7 clothes. Arya was last seen at the Twins, and she is heading north, but the question is, does she make any stops? I've got lots of videos talking about Arya and Nymeria, Arya and the Twins, and then one that was released a couple days ago about Arya when she gets to Winterfell. In Season 5 and 6, I really couldn't be bothered with Arya, but fingers crossed that Season 7 will be her best season yet. I want Arya to be as good as she was between Season 1 and 4. She was one of the best characters for me back then. And then we've got more of Daenerys in what looks like the Dragonstone throne room. I can imagine this is early season when she arrives at Dragonstone and then she's planning her next move, which will eventually lead her to King's Landing. We're not sure how long she'll stay at Dragonstone, and I hope it's for a decent amount of time because it looks epic. And plus, we don't want her just to go to King's Landing in the first few episodes. And this one, I cannot believe my eyes. Varys is actually wearing something different. It's still his style, but it looks like it's going to keep him a bit warmer. Winter is really getting on if Varys is wearing a thicker coat. I'm not too sure what Season 7 has in store for Varys. Perhaps he goes around Westeros recruiting people for Daenerys, or does he stay with her at Dragonstone? I'm not too sure, but as usual, Varys is going to be a very good character, and he has some of the best scenes, especially with Tyrion. We've got Missandei in what looks like the Dragonstone fortress looking over the beach. Perhaps this is another one of the Missandei and Grey Worm scenes. Oh, how exciting. We get another good look at our new Season 7 costume, and that brooch that has the 3 dragons on it. Wasn't Dany wearing something similar to that in Season 6? I don't mind Missandei, it's just Grey Worm scenes in Season 6. They were cringe-worthy. I know the show is setting up Grey Worm and Missandei to be some sort of couple, but we don't have to have stupid filler scenes that make you just want to stick your fingers in your eyes and cover your ears. We get the main man himself, Tyrion Lannister, and we get a good look at his Season 7 costume. But of course the Unsullied are in the background. I wonder how the Unsullied will do in Westeros. I know they're trained and they're badass, but they're not used to the Westeros climate, especially during winter. Will that play a factor in their ability to fight? I don't think so too much, but you never know. This is like an alternative version of his red Lannister clothes, but I'm not too keen on the sleeves and the stripes. But apart from that, I'm digging Tyrion's new look. This is a big image, and our final one. We've got Daenerys, Tyrion, Varys, Grey Worm, Missandei, and some Unsullied, in what looks like Dragonstone. Perhaps this is the long-awaited meeting between Jon Snow and Daenerys. This could be him heading south to try and forge an alliance. Varys is back wearing his usual clothes, Tyrion and Missandei are wearing their new clothes, and we get a really good look at Grey Worm's new outfit. But the most important part for me is Daenerys. She's wearing a different set of clothes than she was in that other picture and in the Season 7 promos. This looks like an alternative version of the one she used to wear in Meereen. I wonder how many outfits Daenerys is going to wear. She has worn a lot of different outfits in the past. Perhaps she's the character that's changed her clothes the most. So far we've had 2, I think we could get a couple more, especially if she heads north. But yeah, I'm taking this as the Jon Snow and Daenerys meeting. We're less than 2 months away from Season 7 now, so all the promos, trailers and teasers are going to pick up big time. So this is your best time to subscribe, because I'll be covering everything. So yeah, let me know what you think about these images. Perhaps there's something I missed? These images are great. There looks like a lot of important scenes here, but of course HBO is not going to reveal too much. I would appreciate it if you could leave a like on this video and subscribe to stay up to date. If you want more, check out these 2 videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.